Discovery is a process during the divorce where you're going to be answering something called interrogatories, which are questions that are answered under oath. And then you're going to answer requests for production by gathering the documents that are requested by the opposing side. The discovery process also includes things like issuing subpoenas. Discovery is definitely an important part of a divorce when there are assets and liabilities. If you don't do discovery, then you may not have any idea about what the liabilities are or what the assets are. So it's very important that you participate in the discovery process. If there's ever a situation where someone is in the dark about finances, then I always tell them you absolutely have to do discovery. Otherwise, there's no way that we're going to know. People often say, well, or is my spouse going to hide assets from me? Well, they may try to do that. If they're a wage earner, though, their money's generally going to go into a bank account. And from there, we can look and see what they're doing with that money. So in discovery, the questions are going to range anywhere from what's your name to have you had sex with anybody else? Sometimes people are very offended by the questions in discovery, but don't be, because a lot of times they're the same questions that the attorney asks everybody. They're questions about wrongdoing and questions about what your assets are, what your debts are, and why you think the other party is at fault. You absolutely have to respond to discovery request. If you don't do that, then first is going to be a 10-day letter that says, hey, you haven't responded to the discovery. Please get it to us within this period of time. Second will be a motion to compel. Third, a motion for sanctions. I've only seen it happen a few times, but a court can enter the pleadings that the other party wants and completely disregard you if you don't answer the discovery. That can be devastating to you in a case. So it's very important to answer discovery questions. So when you have a set of credit card statements in discovery, if you really dig through there, sometimes you're going to find things that are very damaging. For instance, how many times have they gone to the liquor store? Do they pay for pornography? Are there unidentified charges that you can't trace back to anything? Are they sending money to somebody that you didn't know about? Maybe they go out to eat and the bill is three or four times what you think it should be. Are there hotel charges when they were supposed to be in another place? Those are all the things you can find out in discovery. There also are things like there are loans that you didn't know about. There are liens against property that you have that you didn't know about. These are all really important things that you can find out during the course of discovery. The reason that discovery is so important is that if you want to prove your case, then you need to have those documentary proof to show the court. You're going to want to have the statements to show that the credit card has been misused. You're going to want to have documents to show that there's a lien against property. Now, sometimes you're going to have to subpoena documents. Even though you get the answers in the discovery, you may have to subpoena the documents to find out, to get the actual records from the companies or from the medical providers. Another thing that's part of the discovery process are depositions. Depositions are when you and your spouse are questioned under oath. And that's when you're going to find out what they're going to say about you. And you can also examine them about things that you believe they've done that they haven't admitted to yet. Then when you go to court, you can use these things to show that they're lying. For instance, if they say there's no debt on the property and you can show that they've obtained a loan and there's a lien against it, then you can show that they're lying. If you have any questions related to discovery, then please give us a call at Leigh, Daniel & Associates, and we'll be happy to walk through it with you.